Hey, good morning, Gabriel. Back then. Yeah, it's in squeeze mode, man. After they reclaim the 20s again, it's gonna squeeze hard. We're back into value, so if you just look at the profile, we've accepted now. We accepted value back up, and only area up now is 905 to watch, which is the weekly expected move too. So we'll see. Gotta fix the code on this. Cool. Excuse me. Cold. Also, everything recovered in tandem, so to speak. Flip is 5818. Your call walls 9. What is 7? Oh, the major call wall is 10. That's also the weekly expected move. There's the back test, bro. Sheesh. Yeah, this is the back test, so they're hitting the back end of this now. Where's the profile at? Yeah. Cleaning up the single print at 888. I was ripping. Man, look at Boeing. Am I? Yeah, yesterday when we were trading at 67, like 80s, I put on the then on Substack, I said we could probably trade 6888 now. Check it out. Yesterday I said if this low holds at 751 and we do not trade below 771 tomorrow morning, we likely trade up to 6888 to clean up some of the poor structure above. And that's pretty much the current high right now. 6888. 6890. And Q is squeeze mode. Like a counter rotation down here on this move, but I don't want to fade this either. Honestly, this is very strong, but I do think this is a good area to try a short. But it's like a short-term trade. Not really a fan of that. I'm gonna refrain from doing anything. Are you holding any positions? No, I had a position last night, but all my take profits hit when I was asleep. I didn't want to hold a runner because I didn't expect this move up would hold. So last night I was long into this morning, but all the take profits hit. The plan was right there to be long 6771 on my left side of my head. And unfortunately I hit all my targets. You see that? 649, 6849, 25, 80. Yeah. So don't really have a position right now. Just kind of sidelined. Good morning, Coco. I think I might not even. I'm gonna have to wait for a pullback. This again right here is like if I really had to try a trade, it would be here. But I don't want to fade any of this. This looks like you have like a short-term pullback. You could definitely trade off of this opening range pop. But not a fan of really fading a kind of squeeze like this. It worked for a few points. Yeah, it's trying to reclaim here. I think we're gonna have like a little bit of a back test of VWAP at some point, which is 35s. The S&P. Right here, let's see. Yeah, more like a dip buying now as we recover. Yeah, I mean if we lose a, I can see that like it move lower, like it you can get a momentum lower and you might get a decent move. Bait and switch if look, I think that we're gonna be in a volatile environment for some time, so what I can see right now is a mean reversion lower to VWAP. Anything past that at this time, I do not see. Because what you have to consider is that bulls reclaimed value. We're now above value for the week. But for now, the general lean, as long as we're above value, is can bulls hold 30s? Right? This is where I would say you become a bear because price is now imbalanced below 30s, or you buy the dip because bears are defending value. I would do nothing else. In that in anything in another respect. For longer term trades, again, we can talk about shorter term stuff, like yesterday when I said when I think price was at 68.40. I said there's a trade here at the 40s, to go higher or lower, but it's not a valuable area to be trading in. And yeah, it went up 20 more points into the 60s, and then it came down and went all the way down to 68.20 again later that afternoon. So there's always a trade, right? It's just a matter of like what's the value you're going to receive for your risk. And at this area, like there's a short trade, but if you really want a short trade, maybe 905 is the best one, where that profile high volume node kind of starts. 905 area. You really want to try something, but I don't know. There's quite a little confluence there. You got call wall. The weekly expected move is also at 910, and then you have the high volume node right here at 905. So there's 3 areas of confluence for the 905 area. All right, I think mm, I'll try it, but I'll give it some room here. 6913. I'll try it probably, but I'm gonna try the short. Just be nimble with it, if anything. Get overnight high. Yeah, 77 around here. Yesterday's high, but it's not the best setup. I'm gonna try it. I'm just gonna scale early on it and then see if they can hold value. We would need to fade out the overnight high. I'll end up taking it near 82 if it goes. Oh no, they're still squeezing. Man, this thing's got momentum. Not the best setup here. There's 905. Should have waited. 905 exactly. Yeah, it's gonna continue. I'm probably gonna continue to grind until we hit the expected move. Call wall 910. It's just continually grinding. Yeah, it's keeps going, man. This is not a great setup at all. 906. The call wall's right there at 10. Oh, mm, 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 mm. I mean, I'm telling you, like, I think they took over once they reclaimed this value area overnight. They shifted value and then they reclaimed, and then I mean, I would say that their footing is solidified if they hold 905s. Like, there's no, I wouldn't have any doubt. But until that comes in, we're still, I would say we're neutral. I would be neutral up until they reclaim 905 and they close above it. I wouldn't say, like definitively they taken control, but for sure right now they have control in this moment in this current auction for sure. But on a higher time frame, I would say that 905 would solidify that, and in between here and here, we're kind of neutral in some way. And then holding above here, they can definitely rip higher. So from here, I'm neutral. I'm below 905, more or less. I'll be right back. Mhm. I should have just waited for 905. See, the 905 was almost a high, which is where I said on the profile was the area that I would like to be short against. But oh well. Took it early. It's my problem. I just want to scale. Only thing I'm looking for is just to scale a tad. In case this forms into a larger move. Again, I think they want to test VWAP. VWAP is now it's 40s on the S&P. 6848. Um, mm-hmm. See, 70s, 70s ish. 78. Okay. Somewhere around here. I'll scale some, but again, I don't have high expectations. I'm just trying to trade the 905 area. I just took it way too early. Eat one. And from there. I don't want to. There's like an unsatiating demand for buying right now. If it flushes down. Just to fill me here on this little area, but we'll see. The NQ has some sort of divergence here and weakness. The Dow's doing a lot better, but I wouldn't say that NQ is really weak. It looks like it's just trying to maybe put in a failed breakdown of this high. We'll see. See if we can fill me here at the 80s. I'm okay with moving some of this up higher just to kind of reduce the risk. NASDAQ closely here and just to see if it doesn't snap back. All right, took a 82 and some, and the rest I have more at this point. Like I'll let this go down. It takes me on 92. I'm not even gonna try it again, honestly. I wasn't again. I don't have high expectations, but I did anticipate them coming down to VWAP. VWAP's still a little bit lower, but I'm being cautious. Just took the short too early, honestly, at 905. 905 was the area, and then that high was 907. Oh shit, fucking thing. Well, I guess that take profit at 81 scale was pretty good. They keep bouncing off of it. If they can tag the next zone down, but so far there's demand here. This is a huge area. This is on a higher time frame. This is a big zone, so it's gonna be messy. A massive reclaim on a higher time frame. This is where we've been kind of bouncing off of for a while. So it's going to be a messy zone to kind of see what they do. But if we don't, it's a good area to see if they can bring us back low. If they do fail here today, this is gonna take over a course of hours, I think. But since these are 4-hour candles, it's gonna take a few hours to resolve. Either we hold here and we continue higher, or we close below and potentially revisit these lows again here, and then go back up or go back down, so to speak. But more or less, like, this area is a big battleground. So we will see. It's kind of like where this little divot is on the volume profile. If this does like I mean, that would be a big move. I don't know if it does it. Doesn't look possible right now. You know, right now it looks like they're gonna hold this area. Like, this might be the dip to buy for higher and using the VWAP as your stop, more or less. Yeah. We'll see. But a lot of activity here for that reason. It's a big zone. If they hold this is pretty good for long back up into 69.10, 32 again. But if they fail here, then this is going to come down to 40s and then back to 30s. So this is a massive pivot area where you either trade 69.30 or 68.30. Pretty much 68.30, 69.30 from here, which, you know, I don't really like trading zones like that, but it's a higher time frame weekly pivot zone. It's going to be messy here for a while. Might not get resolution right away, but bulls have the upper hand at this time. Looks pretty good so far. Like, they want to continue higher. NQ is about to put in a reclaim of this little micro failed breakdown. The micro little breakdown I had here at the overnight high. It chilled me out there. See, this fails here. I'll try it again. NQ is just kind of zapping that little level right now. I'm trying to see if it breaks or not, but we'll see. I guess I'll try it if it breaks below the 75s. Break below 75 on the S&P, like 77. Try it. Otherwise, nah. I like the break below 75. That'll hint at this little attempt to break out failed right here. Little 75 area. I'll short the weakness instead of the strength. Below 46. I agree with 46 for sure. 100% 46 is a good area to watch. But personally, I like here for the invalidation is a very clear there's a clear invalidation point here that I like. 46s I agree with. See, I'm gonna get squeezed. The 46s I agree with, but then where is your stop? Does your stop go at 907? 907? Like, where is the invalidation if you short 46s? Would it be 77? 907? Where's the stop go? Where's the appropriate one? So, and it's not it's not that it's not a favorable short, it is, but then again, the risk reward is skewed a little bit. As opposed to here, I know that the risk to reward is 907. Is either this 97 high, this lower high, or at least the IB high, somewhere around there. And I know the reward is potentially 4.6, which is way bigger. And then even further past that into 830s, 825, so to speak. But for me, like I like the clear invalidation on a higher time frame here, but I don't disagree with the 4.6s. Like that would be a great momentum short down into 30s and then 20s, and then kind of see from there. They're both good. I like the idea too, though. VWAP's now at 55. Huh. Moved up a lot. Yeah, but I'm watching. Again, I think they want to test VWAP, so that's where I'm targeting on the S&P is the VWAP area, which is like 55s. I've been saying that since the open. I just I don't know if I have like I might take profit before on the majority of this position, but I am targeting VWAP more or less. It's still squeezing, man. Yeah. Might be the wrong idea here. We're still holding overnight high too on the S&P, which is pretty strong given the massive gap up we had. Might just be wrong overall. If this gets over the 93, I'll have to cut it here. This is going hard here. Sheesh. The 93 area, the first standard deviation. Gets above that with momentum, it can squeeze. The IB, is it set yet? No, not yet. Still about 13 minutes. All right. Yeah, this is gonna go, dude. I am completely wrong on this. I can see the structure. Oh, the tape for one is very strong to the upside. This looks like it wants to fucking rip another 20 points on the S&P. Right there, about to breach the area I don't want him to break. Nasdaq, I'm watching this overnight high. I don't want it to trade over. If it does, then I have to call it. It starts to hold above the overnight high on the Nasdaq. Yeah, yeah. Look, if we hold the 68 6, here's what I'll say. If we can hold this pivot, this area we're at right now where it says massive reclaim on my DOM, if we can hold this area 6888, no lower than like 75, then we're definitely gonna come and test 950, 960. I don't know if today, but we'll definitely do that. There's no doubt about that. If we can hold this area right here, then we're going to, oh fuck. Yeah, I gotta cut this trade. We're definitely going way, way, way higher. See what they do here on the Nasdaq, but I have to cut this trade. I'm gonna get fucked here. Waiting to see if it holds or not on Nasdaq. But yeah, if we hold this weekly pivot area, 68.80, 68.75 area, more or less. If we can close here at the end of the day, most definitely we're gonna trade the other side of value. The other side of value is 960s. They're holding above the overnight on Nasdaq. Close this out soon already because it's going to go past 900. Watching it here, but like something's hitting the tape here. Nasdaq failed. That's why I'm patient enough. Like you gotta sometimes wait it out. I don't know if it holds or not, but you can see it's rejecting here. WeWap is now 56-ish. So we'll move it up here a bit. 6. I'm not sure what happened. Something hit the tape right there. Area. Nasdaq failed overnight. That's the area I was watching. Like I said, I was waiting to see NQ failed, not break above overnight high. Starting to look a lot like chop. It's not though. I guarantee you it's not chop today. Given the overnight structure and how wide the overnight high and low is, it is not chop. I would say it was chop if the deviation bands were flat and we were trading in a large balance area of volume, but we're imbalanced in terms of volume, and the standard deviation bands are curled. So I don't agree. It's a short-term chop for sure. In like a micro frame, I'm not sure what time frame you're watching, but if you're looking at the higher time frame, there's no chop. This is just consolidation for some expansion. Like what you have to consider is like we had like a 100-point move overnight. So of course the morning is going to take a lot of digestion before another leg. And they come again. And here's the NQ again, back at the overnight high. Yeah, and Aztec's not letting up this time again. See what it does here. Going higher. I mean, honestly, I can't see the bear thesis anymore right now. I'm pretty much just waiting for this area, but I think I'm wrong, completely and utterly wrong here. I might have to, and just Nasdaq's holding above the overnight high. This looks pretty good on a bull trend on a higher time frame. We're still below 905, but it looks like they're trying to pierce back into it. There's definitely really good attempts trying to reclaim the area. The tape is strong. I think I'm just completely and utterly wrong here. Yeah. We'll see. Just waiting for the Nasdaq to break out. It's not really breaking out yet. It's about to. I don't know if they're waiting for the IB to be set because yeah, like 20 seconds to the IB. So if it sets the IB, I think they're waiting for the IB. I think they're waiting to break this out once the IB set, so that way they can target the IB high. Because this is a little too perfect. Yeah, 4 seconds, and the NQ is like on the verge of a breakout. Let's see. There's the IB set, and what does the NQ do? I like this short a lot, to be honest. More stays here. Might try it on another account too. I'll try here. I'll do the same thing as earlier. Here's view up at 59.60. Let's see, I'll bet on this one too. Have it there. Okay. The more we stall here, the more bearish I become, because this is looking like a trap now. It's definitely, I'm telling you, like, it looks bullish as hell, but there's a lot of absorption if this is not breaking this little wall. We'll see. I'm watching the Nasdaq more than anything because the Nasdaq is the one that's really moving the S&P here, higher and lower. The Dow is pretty steady so far. It's kind of holding trend. Nasdaq's the one that's like on the verge of a big level. It's on the verge of a reclaim or of where we broke down yesterday. If it breaks down, if it fails here, it comes down pretty hard. If it reclaims and pops, it squeezes pretty good. Kind of coiling out here. What is that? Oh, fuck. And then it stopped me out. Almost. All right, hold on. Something just clicked there. Looks like there might be again, I've been saying the same thing. I think it's going higher for sure. I don't disagree. It looks very bullish. No, I said I'm probably wrong. I said I'm not gonna if they reclaim 905s here, they can test 962 within a few days. And it sure looks like that's what they're going for. Yeah, here's 905 again. Yeah, I'm screwed, dude. This is gonna stop me out for sure. I gave this too much room. Oh well. NQ is breaking out above the first standard deviation. Oh. I don't know if it's gonna sweep down again. Again, the second part of your question, I have no clue. I don't really think in those terms. I think in terms of like where are we now and where can we go next? And then once we go to the next destination, then I kind of go from there. I don't really think if we go higher, then we go lower kind of thing. I go one section at a time, one zone at a time. And right now I've been saying like I'm probably wrong, like this is gonna go higher. I just gave it too much room. Yeah, the NQ is above the first standard deviation here. Looks like it's holding pretty good, but I don't know, man. I'll let it stop me out. After this, I'll call it. Wait. It breaks the IV high, which looks like it's about to happen right now in this very few seconds. IV is set, and IB high is right here at 907. Oops. There you go. Mm. 30 minutes for a sweeper rejection. Oh, I'm not familiar with how common they are, to be honest. But maybe, yeah, I don't know. What I know is, as far as like what I know right now is like if 905 holds for I don't know, maybe an hour here into like the next hour or so. If we hold above 905, then we can go to 913, 932, and then 950, 60, you know, kind of different sequences or structures. But as we're teetering here between 905, then it's kind of binary at this point. We can either go higher or lower. We can either come down, test down to, I don't know. It's binary from what I see right now, given that 905 is right below price. But in terms of like the immediate price structure from a candle to candle perspective, it looks bullish on a candle basis. On a profile basis, looks like we're trying to gain some ground to accept higher prices. Candlesticks look different than profiles most times. I can see both narratives. It looks like they're gonna squeeze here again. But I mean, again, everything looks bullish for now. On a chart-to-chart basis, profile basis, they're attempting to do a bullish reclaim here of the 905. Goodness. There they come. Bro, I hate how slow they do that. Oh, I hate them. I hate them so bad. I'm on the boat where I just want, if I'm wrong, I want to be stopped out quickly. And we're right here. Take me out, son. They're gonna stop me out. Let me dude, the NQ is so tight. Look, dude, this is such a tight, narrow range on the NQ. I'm impressed, to be honest. Like, I have a 1 minute chart open over here, and this thing is just so tight. Like, what is going on with the NQ? Look at this. What the fuck is that? Here's the break. Ah, there you go. There's my stop. All right, cool. Stopped out. You stop me on this one too? Yeah. Oh, that's a loss. Not good. There's a zero print right there at 1350, which is where point of control is. I think that was it. That was it. Just needed to test that area and then fail again, or what? No. Oh. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, so this could be a runaway train here into. We're accepting here 905, but we can go into 920 and then 950. We can hold 905 into the next hour or so. I really don't think this is bullish in the immediate term, but I'm not gonna short it again until we break the structure. What is going on with the S&P and Nasdaq? It's like super compressed. It's moving only a couple ticks at a time. I guess points, but it's super compressed. Thirty-eight, 72. We have room to run again 913 and 20s or 30s, more or less. Or we consolidated overnight before we broke down. Come on, going off. Nasdaq's starting to kind of roll over, but See if the Nasdaq actually rolls over. I'm not sure if it's just a fake out, but we'll try it here. Sure, the Nasdaq just woke up a little bit. The thing is, like, the Nasdaq's been super coiled. I don't know if this is a real move down or it's just gonna get bid again. They did what you said. I think they swept on a 30-minute, right? Swept on a 30, yeah. Not sure if they're going to a big offer coming in. What the fuck? The volume's coming in here at 9:05. Yeah, it looks like they're doing it right now. If it fails, the overnight high again on Nasdaq. On the settlement. I fly on Neverland. Beam me up. Storm. Yeah, like 80 some on some of this. Q is right at the overnight high, so it either holds here or fails back lower into view up. So Doom, doom, brum, 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 brum. Spam channel. I feel down, but I don't ever feel I'm really sad. The flip is at 958. 950. Oh, 950. Okay. You blessed enough to have a dream? Alright, I'm not gonna get greedy over a few points here. Oh, as I'm deciding that, market's like, you know what? I'm gonna be elusive and not give it to you. Hmm. Well, what do you have? There's the NQ back into the overnight high again. See, this is the area that NQ just needs to outright fail to stop reclaiming. It does, and we can definitely come down. Just keeps getting bid every time we get a little bit below the overnight high. NQ immediately gets bid back into it. But we need to reject that area and outright just begin to trade lower. But it's not happening. Every time we come into it, they bid it. Look. Fucking crackers. Yeah, they're just bidding it again. I remember think I'm really sad. And the Nasdaq's back above the overnight again. Man, this is not working out for shorts at all. I really don't. I'm gonna continue to hold it, but overall, tape is different than last time. The tape is a little slower than last time, but the thing is, this level is sticky as hell on the Nasdaq. As long as it continues to form value in and around it, it's eventually gonna break out. So far, it's just been chopping around above and below the area. Not really giving anyone the edge here. They're about to reclaim the whole thing again. What a bunch of fucking crooks. Hey, welcome back, man. Let's see here. Close the door. Doom, doom, doom. 8 o'clock already? Yeah, they're coming back again. Alright, well, stops me out again, then I'm pretty much done for the day. But now, unfortunately, they're gonna have to pay me more for my trade. Let's test view up 68. Pay me a lot more for my risk now. But overall, I mean, it looks like they held it. NQ reclaimed again, so um, it just keeps teetering around this area. But for me, the market is currently neutral. Yeah, that's what I said earlier. It's neutral between 8. I mean, here at 90, below 905, I say it's neutral. Into 68.33, it's a neutral spot. I think holding above 905 is very, very, very bullish. If it holds 905, and then more so above 30s. Yeah, that was a trap. They trapped me on that dip, man. Wow. Mm-hmm. The Nasdaq's trading a little different this time around on the push up. Yeah, I'm gonna get stopped out. Why you hold, Rick? Cause that's where my stop is. I'm not gonna move my stop. I'm gonna give it room to fail. That's where my invalidation is a break of a new high. We'll see if they do it. There's like some orders right there resting here. You can see. There it is. Might have stopped me out right there. Oh, the volume dried up. Just the one time. A little more volume above at the 914. Mm. Mhm. There's another lot seller at 14s. I need to move past that order because he's gonna get filled right now. Fuck me, bro. Come on. Ah, I couldn't move it fast enough. It failed me. Alright. I am done for the day. That's enough red for me, honestly. Quantity above. There was a net sell. There was a limit order of 14s. Um, they were gonna fill them. And they filled right into it. They stalled here. Anyway, I'll call it a day here. Friday. Sure is. I'll be back next week, you guys. Let me take where's my window at? Here we go. I'll see you, man. Have a good weekend. Thanks for tuning in.